with the first pick in the 2021 NBA draft, the Detroit Pistons select nothing. Because you can't have shit in Detroit, man. All right? You know, you can go off and you can draft Stanley bitch-ass Johnson and have a long, prosperous NBA career as a bust. Wrong button. But then you get the man Cade Cunningham, and he's out for the season, man. Season-ending injury, man. Season-ending injury for Cade Cunningham, okay? All right, so like, you know, like, my initial reaction was, I'm just like, this is my team. Like, I want them to succeed. But I want to look at the positivity of the situation at hand. Let me read the tweet real quick here, man. According to sources, Detroit Pistons, according to Adrian Woj, I would say he's more than a source. He is like the Jesus of the NBA, man, as far as what he says is the word of the NBA gods, man, okay? Adrian bald-ass Woj, ESPN sources. Detroit Pistons guard Cade Cunningham, that no one pick, overall pick in the 2021 NBA draft, claims to have season-ending injury on his left shin. Cunningham is expected to make a full recovery ahead of the training camp in 2023-2024, bro. 20 years. 20 years, man. 2 decades after the Pistons won their last championship, okay? It's going to be a magical season. And all I can think about is that this man Cade throwing the first damn assist to Victor Wembanyama, baby. The first damn NBA assist, man. Oh, he's going to Detroit, okay? He's going to Detroit. Now, I posted about this over on my Twitter account at ChristyFlakes2K, and one of my followers said, like, tanking ain't the move anymore, man. He's like, yo, tanking, you still only have a 14% chance. It's not worth destroying your team's culture. The Pistons weren't going anywhere with Cade Cunningham this season. Except fishing, man, very early on, okay? That's what was going to happen. Is it kind of a bummer because I want to watch Cade play? Yes, it is. Like, it's more fun to watch Cade play, but, like, I don't think a lot of people understand. I am so sick of the 8th seed. I'm so sick of the 10th seed. I'm so sick of the play-in tournament. I'm so sick of just barely making the playoffs. I'm so sick of not making the playoffs, but then you make the playoffs the year after, man. You get swept by Milwaukee Bucks and you rinse and repeat that bitch-ass stuff, man, for a while. I'm sick of that, okay? Like, I don't want Cade to come back, risk an injury for a chance maybe at the play-in tournament in a year where it's one of the best draft classes of all time, man. Like, that shit ain't worth it. That's not worth it at all. But what does it allow the Pistons to do, man? Okay, this is what we really got to talk about, all right? So let me pull up over here, man. We got the 2022-2023 NBA stats. Okay, so these are the players on the team. So you all can call me Coach Dwayne Crispy, okay? I'm Dwayne Crispy, okay, man? This is how it's got to play out the rest of the season, all right? First and foremost, my man Killian Hayes. You have been balling out big time, bro, okay? You have been impressing me so much, man. Like, literally, I never stopped believing you. There was like a moment where I was like, all right, you're kind of testing my patience. Like, I'm smelling whiffs of, Stanley Johnson, man. Like, just whiffs, okay? Like, I don't know, man, if you, like, got, like, some Axe body spray and it was, like, expiring or something, that shit was smelling like some Stanley Johnson. I don't know, man. There was hints, but I never gave up. Because with Killian Hayes, I very much realized that the only thing he wasn't doing was being aggressive on scoring, man. It's like he just didn't have, like, look, when you watch an NBA player, you see that aggression, man. He was playing timid, scared. But everything else was good. Man, Killian Hayes had the playmaking. He had the defense. He just had that overall vision. He could rebound the basketball. Like, he was a nice player. He even had a bag, man. Like, sometimes, like, yo, that's James Harden out there. So the fact of the matter now is that Killian Hayes gets to play out the rest of the season. And what that is going to do, let me pull up Killian Hayes here, man. I don't know what his contract, I think he's on his rookie deal, obviously. I don't know if it's like through this season or next season. Okay, so it looks like he is through this season on his contract. No, he's going to have this 2-year option, man, at $5.8 million, $7.4 million. No, wait. I'm sorry, next season, $7.4 million is what he's going to be getting, man. So, you can trade, let's go back to this. So what you can do is, you could just play out this season. That's fine. And then what happens is, for one, you got Bojan Bogdanovic here dropping 21 buckets a game, man. I guess technically it'd be 12. With the three-pointers, you're probably looking at how many buckets is this man dropping a game, man? Field goals. He's dropping 7 buckets a game, putting up 14, man. So, yes, so what you can do is you can, have him do that for the rest of the season. He just signed a 2-year, $40 million contract. That's somebody that you could, put off in the next season, everything like that, as far as the offseason trading him for something. You can also trade him right now while his stock's hot. The was saying the Lakers were interested in, man, maybe get a pick out of that or something. That's something you can do. But also, too, like, if Killian Hayes is balling out, there's going to be teams next season looking for a point guard, and the Pistons can decide, like, Killian Hayes, we can keep him as a sixth man. Maybe he embraces that role. Maybe it's good for him. Or you package him with that $7 million small deal with the $20 million per season of Bojan Bogdanovic, and all of a sudden you're trading 2 guys to a team that both these guys can help win a championship, man. I mean, one team that I really have in mind that I think would be a good fit would perhaps be, you could look at maybe the Washington Wizards. I don't really know if Bojan would want to go over there, but just because, right now their point guard situation is pretty lackluster to say the least. So, Killian Hayes being able to go over there, they got Bojan on the team or something like that. But I think the most pristine fit would be the Phoenix Suns. Chris Paul's old ass, man, is getting to be an older ass, okay? So you have Killian Hayes up in there to kind of like lean under CP3. I kind of like that fit. You got that going for you, but you also got Bojan that can play that small forward or power forward position, bring some more scoring to that Phoenix Suns team. Like, that's something that just really works. That just really sounds good and everything, man. What else is this going to do? I will say, as far as like the Jaden Ivey, Cade Cunningham backcourt, like obviously that puts off a year of them building up chemistry and everything. I do think it's going to give Jaden Ivey an opportunity to maybe work on some of the more like primary ball handler aspects of the game, because obviously Killian Hayes isn't going to be out there all the time. So it was always going to be a case where Ivey was either playing with Hayes or Cade Cunningham, right? So now that you take Cade out of the equation there, it's just going to lead to those more opportunities. Now, obviously, you got like Alec Burks on the team that can do some things as far as handle the basketball and everything. But I really think it's going to put Jaden in a situation to because I also think I actually think he played a little bit of point guard, didn't he? Purdue is where he played, I believe, right? Like he was point guard, I believe, or at least a combo guard, handled the rock a lot of times here. So I was more so seeing how he was going to use his athleticism, playing off ball, coming to the basket, playing off Killian and Cade. But I'm also intrigued too. He's averaging 4 assists per game, so I mean you can't really complain about that either, right? So I mean, it's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine. I still think the Pistons are gonna get a lot out of this NBA season. I do think that if you can use hindsight and everything, I think if the Pistons knew eventually they were going to get Cade and Ivey, then they probably would have never drafted Killian Hayes. But the fact this is an opportunity for him to stand up and they can decide, what his future brings, and if not, they can increase his trade value. I think that's a really good situation for the long-term duration of the team here, man. But then also, obviously, too, Victor Wembanyama, is there guarantees the Pistons get him? Not really. I'm sorry. There's no guarantee that they get him. There's still a chance, I should say, right? But even with that, I mean, I guess I don't really know who else is in the draft class that's, all too hot or anything, but it's going to be fine, man. If we get Victor, that's great. That's great. But regardless, I do like pretty much a good portion of this team. It's going to allow other players to really step up. I mean, what's Cade averaging this season? Man, he's averaging 20 points, 6 assists, 6 rebounds. And, he had a pretty, playing 12 games here, pretty slow start, kind of like last season too, at 20% from 3. And what was the overall, man? 41% field goal efficiency. So, I mean, I still think those numbers would have gotten better. So it's still a lot of opportunity for other guys to go out there and kind of make up some of that, right, man? But, I think it's the right choice in the end of the day. What were the Pistons going to gain outside of maybe a little bit more ticket sales this year? It's just not worth risking that long-term injury, man. When you got a point guard like that, those lower body injuries, especially the taller players, too, those things can take time to heal. So I think it's the right choice. Get the man 100% ready, man. Get his surgery, and the rest of the Pistons squad going to lock it down, man. That's all we got for this video. Thank you all so much for watching, and peace out, my friends.